Dear colleagues, let me share and present the research air quality impacts of war detected from the Sentinel-5P satellite over Ukraine. The full-scale war unleashed by Russia on Ukraine's territory caused irreparable loss of population, damage to the infrastructure, and destruction of the economy, but also caused a significant deterioration of the environment and the formation of significant ecological problems. Thus, as preliminary estimated, 900 protected natural territories of Ukraine have been affected and more than 1.2 million hectares of whole protected areas of Ukraine suffer from the effects of the war. As a result of shelling, uncontrolled forest fires occur, and the amount of waste has increased catastrophically. As a result of damage to the water supply infrastructure, 1.4 million people in Ukraine currently have no access to safe water. The state of atmospheric air is an important indicator of the ecological situation. The direct and indirect impact of active military operations through the bombing and boring on forest and industrial and energetic objects caused the formation of large volumes of pollutants in the atmosphere. It's obvious that for general analysis and assessment of the impact of military operations on air quality, it's necessary to use background monitoring data to display an entire perspective of air quality change during the war. The solution to this problem is complicated by the difficult or completely closed access to the environmental data due to the security issues or lack of funding for systematic monitoring. The purpose of this study is to assess the change in the volume of the main atmospheric pollutants over the territory of Ukraine compared to the pre-war period using open data of remote monitoring and geoinformation and cloud technologies. Global monitoring results with a spatial resolution near 1 square kilometers, which were obtained with the Sentinel-5P Tropomi satellite instruments during 2021 and 2022, were used as an input data for the study. The offline versions of air quality datasets of Tropomi products, including the density of nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, ozone, formaldehyde, carbon monoxide, and unitless aerosol absorbed index, which represent pollution by the absorbing aerosols, were used in this study. Google Earth Engine, a cloud computing platform, which is a modern, powerful, open tool for solving environmental monitoring problems, was used as an environment for data preparation and analysis. The study includes the following stages. Firstly, downloading observed data. Second, filtering and clipping data for the research area. In our case, it was all Ukraine. Then calculation and mapping of general monitoring results, average annual values of pollutants density for 2021 and 2022 year. Calculation of average monthly values of air pollutants for these years, and also construction of time series and loading and saving spatiotemporal data for further research, for example, for calculation of zonal statistic in QGIS environment. The obtained results showed a decrease in the average annual density value of main pollutants in 2022 compared to 2021. Decreasing for nitrogen dioxide over Ukraine was near 2%. For carbon monoxide, decreasing was more than 11%. For sulfur dioxide, we obtained decreasing more than 32%. For formaldehyde, the decreasing was 1.5% for whole territory of Ukraine. And also average monthly values were calculated separately for 2021 and 2022 using JavaScript language tools in Google Earth Engine to evaluate and compare the temporal dynamics of the considered variables. It's obvious that with a general tendency to increase the amount of the considered pollutants, the seasonal patterns of its variability were preserved during 2022. Zonal statistics performed in QGIS allowed us to show spatial patterns of pollutant distributions over Ukrainian regions. It should also be realized that pollution has become more dispersed for the territory of Ukraine. In contrast to the main pollutants, density of ozone was increased near 1.5%, and also seasonal variations during 2022 was similar to the seasonal variations in the previous year. The average annual value of aerosol absorbing index in 2022 also increased by more than 55% compared to 2021. It is evidence of due to the huge concentration of aerosol, smoke and dust in the atmosphere resulting from explorings and fires. Evidently, the decrease in emissions of pollutants into the atmosphere and therefore their content in the air is connected with the shutdown of enterprises and is a reflection of the negative impact of military aggressions on the Ukrainian economy. Emissions of specific substances occur as a result of explosions which settles in soils, surface waters, migrate into bottom sediments and groundwater. Thus, a necessary step will be to conduct a diagnostic assessment and analysis of the specific pollutants content, in particular heavy metals, cancerogens, and else. With the environment of the developed investigated methods on individual environmental components. The study of this distribution of pollutants showed declining annual mean values of the main pollutant, and unfortunately the damage to the environment, infrastructure and human health have already been done and continues to take place in Ukraine and other countries. The obtained results are clear indications of the armed conflict impact on the air quality, the health of the populations, and the environment in general. They are important for conducting audits and designing an environmental monitoring system for assessing losses due to the military aggression and post-war environmental restoration. Thank you for your attention.